It's a podcast. Another podcast. Ishvan's imaginary podcast. Ishvan's imaginary podcast. Ishvan's imaginary podcast.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the second annual Halloween show. I am your very spooky special guest host, Bella the Bat. And before we continue down the corridor of horror, let me introduce your irregular host, the one, the only, Istvan.
That's right. It is I, and I do mean I, S-T-V-A-N, and that spells Ishvan. Now thank you, Bella, for traveling all the way from Austin, Texas, to host our very special Halloween episode. I don't know what you have planned, so I'm going to slink back into the shadows, get a bubbling beverage from our cauldron, and sit back and enjoy the show. I suggest everyone listening to do the very same.
Yes. Get yourself a spooky snack. Sit back and help me welcome our old friend Gramps, who is going to trick and treat you to a very scary story. But don't worry, terrifying Toby will be joining him to make sure things don't get too macabre. Boys, take it away.
Hello, children. And hey, Toby.
Hi, Gramps. Okay, remember, not too scary, please.
Have you ever heard about the teenage babysitter who was watching the children of a wealthy family?
No.
The family had a very large house with many rooms. It was filled with all kinds of artwork and sculptures from all over the world. As the parents were leaving to go out, the father told the girl that once the children were asleep, she must go down to the basement to watch TV and not go wandering anywhere around the house. So the babysitter followed his instructions, and as soon as the children were in bed, she went downstairs. But the sitter couldn't relax because in the corner of the basement was a life-size clown statue grinning from ear to ear. Finally, she got up and put a blanket over the statue, but it still didn't make her feel better. It was even scarier. So the babysitter got up and called the parents to see if she could watch TV in another room. She told the father that the giant clown was too disturbing and scared her way too much. The father told her, listen carefully. We don't own a clown statue. You need to get the kids and get out of there now.
Okay, Gramps, maybe a little...
The girl hung up the phone, and she slowly turned around, and she stood frozen staring because all she saw was the blanket on the floor. Before she could move, she heard the children scream up in their room.
Gramps.
She ran up the stairs, and what she saw was the clown staring back at her, holding...
Gramps, maybe we could find a different sort of end.
This is the best part, though.
Yeah, but not too scary.
She saw the menacing clown with a terrible smile, holding...
Gramps!
Oh, you're no fun. Yeah, okay, he was holding a bowl of popcorn in his hand, because rich folks don't let the kids eat after bedtime, so the kids were screaming because they were so happy because the clown brought them popcorn. The end.
All right, I'm sorry.
You better be.
Okay, that is not scary.
It stinks.
Maybe we could change the ending where, like,
Yeah?
the clown makes them, like, balloon daggers, and then they play, like, killer clowns or something, and the kids are all screaming because, like, they're having kind of spooky times.
Yeah, I guess. The other ending's way better. But, story still is, I guess, kind of scary because there's a strange clown in the house.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's like my worst nightmare.
That's scary.
All right, that was still scary. Okay, thanks, Gramps.
Welcome. Happy Halloween.
All right, back to you, Bella. Sorry about that. He's out of control.
Thank you, boys. After a story that uniquely scary, we direct your attention to some much-needed comic relief. Please welcome the world's foremost horror humorist, Mr. Louis Legosi.
Joke. Oh, it's echoey in here. Scary. Joke of the day, Halloween edition. Why do ghosts go on diets?
To keep their ghoulish figures.
Oh, thanks. What does a ghost mom say when she gets in the car? What?
Fasten your seatbelts.
What kind of music do mummies listen to? Rap music.
Jeez.
What? Okay.
All right, let's wrap it up, Mr. Lugosi.
What is a vampire's favorite fruit? A nectarine. Wait, why did Dracula take cold medicine? Because he was coughing too much.
Okay, Lugosi.
What do skeletons order at a restaurant?
Spare ribs.
All right, one more, please.
Why wouldn't the skeleton go to the scary movie? He didn't have the guts.
Let's
What the skeleton? Wait, what's the skeleton's favorite song?
Strong. I can't get him
Bad
out of
to
here.
the bone. Goodbye, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Thank you, Louis Lugosi. Very funny. Toby, maybe now would be a good time to do your national holiday segment.
I think that's a fine idea. Music, please. October 31st, better known as Halloween, is undoubtedly the creepiest, most ghostly holiday of them all. Kids dress in costumes, go to parties, and walk their neighborhoods collecting candy until their bags are bursting. Spooky decorations fill windows, porches, and front lawns as the people inside binge on their favorite scary movies. Did you know we have the Celts to thank for Halloween? They were an ancient people who lived in the areas known as Ireland, northern France, and in the UK. Halloween's pagan roots go back thousands of years to their Celtic Fire Festival of Samhain. Hey, shout out to Glenn Danzig. Which recognizes the end of their harvest season and the start of the new year on November 1st. Trick-or-treating is said to stem from the practice of souling, which is a medieval practice where churchgoers ask rich folks for pastries known as soul cakes. In return, they would pray for the souls of them and their friends. Fast forward to the swinging 1950s USA, and Halloween had become a holiday primarily for kids. Trick-or-treating was commonplace as kids went door to door in costume collecting candy. So on Halloween, be a kid again or take on a funny or creepy persona. But watch out for ghouls and ghosts and eat as much candy as your waistline will allow. Yes, enjoy the spookiest night of the year. Happy Halloween!
That was wonderful, Toby, and very important because Halloween is my favorite day of the year. So if you will indulge me, I'd like to close our celebration with a big musical number. So please welcome back Gramps, Toby, Istvan, super duper special guest, and Istvan's daughter, Evie, and yours truly for our rendition of my favorite song. Here is the time for it.
It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely.
Not for very much longer.
I've got to keep control.
Here I go! I remember doing the time warp, drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me and the void would be calling. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
It's just a jump to the left.
And then a step to the right.
Put your hands on your hips.
You bring your knees in tight, but it's a pelvic thrust that really tries to resist. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
not at all. In another dimension, with voyeuristic intentions. Well secluded, I see all.
With a bit of a mind flip.
You're into the time slip.
And nothing can ever be the same.
You're spaced out on sensation.
Like you're under sedation.
Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
The life is walking down the street just a having a thing. When a snake of a guy gave an evil thing. He stood me up, he took me by surprise. He had a pickup truck and devil's eyes. He stared at me and I felt the change. Time and nothing never would I gain.
Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
It's just a jump to the left.
And then a step to the right.
Put your hands on your hips.
You bring your knees in tight, but it's a pelvic thrust that really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
Wow, guys. Great job. It sounded awesome. Although I did get the smallest part.
Ishvan, there is no such thing as a small part, only small actors. You did great.
Yeah, you were wonderful, Dad. And you know what? It was amazing to reprise my role as Magenta, because as you know, I did play her once already in my school's production of Time Warp.
Yes, I'm well aware. You did an amazing job at that. And thank you so much, because Evie was the one who helped us put all of this together, because she knew it the best. Thanks, Evie.
Yeah, that really brought back memories. You know, I used to roadie for Meatloaf in the 70s.
Oh, wow, really?
Oh, yeah, those were the days. Back when music was good, and plus-size men named after food wearing sweaty tuxedo shirts could sing 10-minute songs from magnum opus rock albums based on musical versions of Peter Pan. What's wrong with that?
Absolutely nothing. It was perfectly horrifying. Now thank you. Thank you for joining us. And go forth into the night, my children, dressed in your wonderful costumes, and collect bags and bags of candy that will last you until next year's Halloween extravaganza on the world's greatest kids and family podcast. Until then, I am Bella the Bat.
And I'm Gramps.
And I am terrifying Toby.
And I'm Evie.
And I'm Mishvan. Happy Halloween, you guys.
Bye!
Goodbye. It's only gonna be for a little while. Goodbye. Until we play again and make a bunch of new friends. Goodbye. You're invited too, so could you give us a smile? Goodbye.